This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. So our goal now is to ensure the integrity. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list. Okay?
What? Oh, he's doing it.
It's a very sad.
The mad lad.
It's a very sad moment. To me, this is a very sad moment, and
he's doing it.
We will win this, and we, as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it. So I just want to thank you.
This is just fascism happening in front of our eyes.
So what we're seeing right there
Very cool.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is doing a Michigan statement. As votes in Michigan continue to be counted, the presidential state race in the state remains extremely tight, as we always knew it would be. President Trump's campaign has not been provided with meaningful access to numerous counting locations to observe the opening of ballots, and counting process is guaranteed by Michigan law. We have filed suit today in the Michigan Court of Claims to halt counting until meaningful access has been granted. Bro, this is literal Egypt type Erdogan shit. You understand me? This is like, I saw this. I experienced this in Turkey when I was growing up. This is like straight up like, no, we want our guys to count the ballots. Like, what are you doing? This is the least shocking turn of events here. GOP votes in AZ have been invalidated. What? AZ update. Apparently, the use of Sharpie pens in GOP precincts is causing ballots to be invalidated. Could be a huge number of mostly Trump supporters. More to come. Oh my God. Okay, this is, I don't know if this is verified yet, but there's no fucking way. There's no way. I don't think that's real. That Sharpiegate shit is misinformation most likely, but then beyond that, there's going to be even more misinformation. There is going to be people casting doubt, okay, on purpose. On the Republican side, there's going to be people casting doubt on this process. They've been doing it for months leading up to the election. What the fuck makes you think they're not going to do it after the election? You know what I mean? This is when they invalidate as many mail-in ballots as possible, or at least undermine the confidence that the American people have in our current election system. Even if the election system has some issues, even if our electoral process has some issues, and my God, they have a lot of fucking issues. The bigger problems at hand is that this is way too close of a race, despite the fact that everybody, all the big brain people, the poll aggregators, they all told us your fifis are wrong. Facts don't care about your feelings. My numbers are facts. If you ask them, well, here are some issues with your polling, specifically about Latino turnout. Why are they so notoriously hard to poll? It's fine. We weigh it correctly. We fix those problems. And also, as a matter of fact, a 10% chance of Trump winning this or that is still 10%. It's not 0%. Brooks Brothers riot 2. Poll chanters have started chanting something yeah, you gotta listen. I'm sorry, dude. You gotta fucking clear these hogs out, okay? There's no way they can't pull a Brooks Brothers riot 2. Also, the irony is Brooks Brothers riot 1 was astroturfed by like annoying Republican elites, but this one doesn't even need to be astroturfed. They have enough fucking hogs with guns, psychotic opinions already that they can actually fucking grassroots this shit. They don't even need to like pay for it, basically. The Trump efforts to disrupt the voter count has started. Poll challengers are waiting at the Central Counting Board outside the TCF Center, told to the rooms at capacity as lines get longer. Reporting from the Central Counting Board. Police and security have gathered at the Central Counting Board doors to limit entry as crowd gathers. Now, of course, the beautiful part about this is we're about to find out if cops have more of a blind loyalty to the Republican Party and their own personal political opinions, which is overwhelmingly Republican, than actually upholding the law and order. This is the bare minimum shit they're supposed to do, okay? Not letting these fucking psychopathic hogs get out of control and try to disrupt the vote count process is literally the bare minimum they have to do. Let's see if they'll do it. Hopefully they will. Of course I think Pennsylvania is doing well and is going to continue doing well. That's part of the reason why they're trying to launch fucking campaign lawsuits in Michigan and campaign lawsuits in Pennsylvania so they can halt the fucking vote count. You understand? That's the reason. I think Pennsylvania is going to come down to the wire on how many votes have been successfully purged from the process with naked ballots and whatnot, and if Trump can stop the count or disrupt the process as best as he can. And that's precisely why he's doing it. That's why he's saying we're winning Pennsylvania big, but the PA Secretary of State just announced there will be millions of ballots left to be counted. Yeah, Trump campaign just announced they're seeking to stop ballot counting in a second state. Now, Pennsylvania. They're trying to stop counts in Michigan. They're trying to stop counts in Pennsylvania. You see that? Now, remember, what did I tell you? Trump legal team wants some areas counted and all others. One problem for the Trump campaign is seeking to halt counting in some areas and encourage counting in others. An inconsistency that will get noted by any judge hearing these cases if they get to court. The irony here, this is actually similar to what Al Gore did. One of the reasons why Al Gore's recount was met with a lot of opposition in the public eye was because he wanted to recount. He had every opportunity to. He wanted to recount counties that were, of course, favorable for Al Gore. Palm Beach being one, Miami-Dade being another. And that was immediately seized upon by the demons over in the PR team of the George W. Bush campaign. And they were like, oh, really? Al Gore's recount cannot be used as legal precedent. No, I'm not even saying that. I know Al Gore's recount cannot be used as legal precedent because that's a recount. That's not a count. This is entirely different. But in the Al Gore recount, Al Gore had every opportunity to choose, I think, 4 counties, and he chose exclusively Democratic ones. And it was right of him to do so. But that was a messaging inconsistency that the Republicans seized on. Democrats should do the exact same thing and immediately push back and be like, oh, yeah? You want to halt counting in Democrat counties? And real Donald Trump campaign manager Bill Stipend just now, we are declaring victory in Pennsylvania. You can't do that, man. Going back to what we were talking about already, Dave Weigel is saying, going to invite comparisons to the Brook Brothers riot, but the difference between protesting a count that could reverse a 1,000 vote lead, less than a 1,000 vote lead, and asking to stop a count where you're down 38,000 votes is pretty big. What we are waiting on right now in this very moment is the Michigan counts, is the Pennsylvania counts, and also we are looking at the actions that the Trump campaign is taking at this very moment as they try to declare the election null and void, or try to stop actual votes from being counted. Now the GOP operatives are God, I wish I was there. Holy shit. Okay. Kayleigh McEnany has now declared victory for president in Pennsylvania. Okay. It's just entirely dependent now on what Fox News says, unfortunately. Remember how Donald Trump originally lied and said, oh, mail-in ballots are all fraudulent. And then people from Utah and Florida were like, dude, our people vote by mail and do it safely, you fucking idiot. So then he was like, okay, mail-in ballots are fraudulent, but not in Republican counties or Republican legislatures. They know how to do it. Democrats don't, right? Basically, that's precisely what he's doing here. In Arizona, he's like, do not stop the recount, or not even the recount. Do not stop the count. We have to count all the votes. We have to wait. We have to wait as long as we can to make sure that Arizona has all the numbers. And then in Pennsylvania and Michigan, he's like, stop the count. Stop the count. And the reason why he's doing that is because, one, there's no accountability, and two, he's fucking insane and he's a baby. And unfortunately, in this country, if you're an insane baby, you can get away with doing insane baby things. It's, of course, not insanity if you live in the global south, if you live in a developing country, or if you live in, ironically, Turkey. This is something that I grew up with in my politics. This is part of the reason why I was so interested in politics to begin with, because this is straight the fuck out of the books of other strongman authoritarian leaders on the planet everywhere around the world. Literally, like verbatim. When they get really comfortable with cheating, they'll say stuff like, oh, a cat actually snuck in and exploded the transformer, and that's why there was a blackout and that where the numbers suspiciously changed. You know, that sort of thing. That is a literal, that's a literal Turkish meme at this point, for those of you who don't know. You know, very exciting to leave Turkey and come to America, because I thought, better to live in like a more socially open-minded country, and the American dream that I was foolishly deluded into believing. And then literally watching the exact same experience of my childhood happen right in front of my fucking eyes. I guess the common denominator here is me. I'm the one who is jinxing everywhere I go. Now they're trying to stop the count and push their way in.
Okay, thank you.
Let's hear what you got to say. Step back. Listen up. Step back. Listen up. Step back. Please give us the news.
My name is Scott Whittington. I'm with the Detroit Health Department.
Oh my
What I'm saying is, he's about to spread out and took a
Okay, why isn't he wearing a mask right there then? Is
The guy is covering.
Oh, that's my favorite type of Karen. Yo, this is my favorite Republican wine mom, dude. When it's like, oh, you want me to wear a mask? Well, guess what? While I'm violating social distancing and my nose fucking protruding out of my stupid face mask that doesn't even cover where it's supposed to cover, why is that person not wearing a mask? Boom, roasted.
My friends, I'm confident we'll emerge victorious. But this will not be my victory alone or our victory alone. It'll be a victory for the American people, for our democracy, for America.
I'm sorry.
There will be no blue states
No.
and red states
No.
when we win. Just the United
This
States
rhetoric,
of
this
America.
rhetoric is good, but it's
God
we're
bless you all,
we're
and may God
post
protect
United
our
America,
troops.
okay? We are post United America. There is no United America when 60 plus million people voted for a president who literally is forcibly trying to destroy the democratic process. Those people are not going to listen to you. What you have to do is say, we are going to make sure that this election isn't stolen. We got an army of lawyers. We're going to do whatever we can. We're going to organize on the ground. That's what you need to do at this stage. I'm sorry. Anything short of that is bullshit. You are living in a world of delusion propped up by mainstream media where they are doing everything they can to normalize what we are currently experiencing. You can say I'm being irrational. You can say I'm inciting riots or whatever the fuck you want to say, but that's the truth. You have Republicans that are literally storming centers where they are counting votes, not a recount, counting actual votes right now, a day after the election, which is a normal part of the process. Donald Trump is trying to utilize the Supreme Court that he packed with Republicans to destroy the election integrity personally. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's like, oh, I'm going to be a united America. I'm going to be the president for America. Dude, no. And as of now, CNN is now projecting that Biden will win Michigan. And now we go back to Nevada and Arizona, the only states that are remaining that are slated to be won by the Democrats there as well. And once that comes into play, once that is locked in, this will solidify the Biden 270 electoral college votes. The scene at the Democratic absentee ballot counting center is growing more heated. The windows now being covered up. Allegations of violation. Secretary of State says she welcomes challenges. Nothing says an open and transparent process like covering up windows. Hey, Ben, did you notice the video you're sharing is literally taken from the inside the room? Yeah, there's like press there. Like there's a fuckload of press inside the room. There's a literal live stream. They're so stupid. They're just voting for him because of their deep hatred for the Democratic Party, sort of like Ben Shapiro. No, Ben Shapiro doesn't have a deep hatred for the Democratic Party. Ben Shapiro gets paid to lie to you. Professional conservatives get paid to lie to you. Okay? That's it. Professional conservatives get paid to change your mind. The Trump campaign's not live yet. Oh, they are live.
Trying to make a mockery of
Smacked with a whole lot of regulation.
Oh, hell yeah.
my father is up.
Looking.
The number one loser is live currently. Oh my God, Rudy's right there. This is a winning team, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, this is officially a winning team. We are now tuning in. I don't know where the fuck they are. Oh, in Philadelphia, where the wettest and the greasiest of the chinless fail sons is speaking out.
But this is rampant corruption, and it can't happen. It simply can't happen. It's not fair. This isn't.
I'm so mad we're losing the election.
Rudy Giuliani, who's really.
It is very, very sad that we're here in the city that's really the birthplace of our democracy.
I gotta pee.
And this is among one of the most anti-democratic things I've ever seen or encountered. And it's not just here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's anti-democratic when you count votes as opposed to not counting votes that were cast already legally. That's where we're at now. We're fucking insane.
No, or highly suspicious anyway. This form of balloting has always been considered the most prone to fraud. That's according to the New York Times when it didn't apply to candidate, President Trump. The way it's interpreted by the Democrat crooked machine of Philadelphia is that the observers can be 20 or 30 feet away, never able to see the ballot itself, never able to see if it was properly postmarked, properly addressed, properly signed on the outside. All the things that often lead to disqualification of ballots or make it very easy to dump 50,000 totally fraudulent ballots because they're not observed. So we went back to court and we went before a Democrat judge. No need to tell you what the result in Philadelphia is if you're before a Democrat judge. Obviously a political hack who doesn't know the meaning of the word observe. Or they could be from the Democratic National Committee. Joe Biden could have voted 50 times, as far as we know, or 5,000 times.
What is he saying?
From Camden.
Bro, are you smoking crack, dude? Are you on that Hunter Biden good shit? Like, what is the fuck kind of take is this? Oh, these mail-in ballots could be totally fake. Like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's true. Like, you could just make up whatever you want.
But this isn't happening just here. We have exactly the same lawsuit in Wisconsin, where exactly the same thing happened. Except in Wisconsin, mysteriously at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, about 120,000 ballots appeared. Oh, here come these ballots. We have no idea if they really are ballots. We have no idea if they're signed, if they're postmarked properly, if it isn't just the same person who submitted 100,000 ballots, and they all got counted. Now I'm informed by former Congressman Sweeney, who's been going around the country and collecting this information, that similar situation in Arizona, similar situation in Nevada, and a similar situation, what am I missing, John? Where are you? In Michigan, in Detroit, Michigan.
Captions
Again,
aren't
let me
working,
be
I'm
specific
sorry.
what it is. This whole new thing that never happened before in our country, these mail-in ballots, which has been a cause of real...
Not real. Mail-in ballots are a thing that happens in many different states with no problems.
Well, one of the things that the law attaches to that is the right for both parties to observe the ballot, the way we do with absentee ballots. You make certain it's properly signed. On the outside, there's a signature. You make sure that it's properly postmarked. A number of these are often challenged by the Democrat representative or the Republican representative. We never got a chance to look at a single one of them. The gentleman here who did this for us says about 100,000 ballots went through that process in the 20-plus hours in which they wasted his time by not allowing him to see a single ballot. Well, that's 120,000 ballots that should just be taken out of the count. So you want to look at that number, that 120,000 should come.
Just remember, wouldn't it be tight if Rudy Giuliani went to prison? Like, just, it's not going to happen because the Democrats suck. But, like, wouldn't it be fucking sick? Anyway, back to whatever kind of nonsense. He's just, look, the point at this stage, and I literally just telegraphed all of this stuff in one of my latest videos on my YouTube when I talked about, like, here's how Trump is going to steal the election, where the point in this stage is to just cast doubt. Okay, cast doubt on mail-in ballots. They've been trying to do this. It wasn't super successful, and it actually ended up hurting them a little bit because the only thing they were able to do is like ensure that Republicans went out and voted in the same day. Yeah, Michigan is already done. Yeah, Michigan's been called.
So we are going to continue the lawsuit here. We're going to bring a second one, and then we're going to bring a federal lawsuit, and we're going to take a very good look at whether we bring this nationally. We certainly are going to bring it here and in Wisconsin. Quite possibly we'll do a national lawsuit and really expose the...
I want to remind you something. All this stuff is bullshit. It doesn't matter. This is more important. New York Times has now officially declared Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. The winner of Michigan. Now, I want to remind you guys on something. So as long as Nevada comes through and Arizona comes through, it's over, right? Arizona is reporting with 86% of the estimated votes, with Biden on a more comfortable lead than in Nevada with 86% of the estimated votes, reporting with only an 8,000 vote lead. Now, it's going to come down the wire, but according to John Ralston, who is like the big Nevada guy down there, who usually calls these things, it's low-key pretty much a lock for Nevada too. So this is something, unfortunately, when we're live streaming, There's a couple problems. I mean, there's 162,000 people watching right now, but they're freaking out in the chat. Trump tweeted claiming that he won. Well, I'll just read it out loud. We have claimed, for electoral vote purposes, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which won't allow legal observers, the state of Georgia, and the state of North Carolina, each one of which has a big Trump lead. Additionally, we hereby claim the state of Michigan if, in fact, there was a large number of secretly dumped ballots, as has been widely reported. So he just threw that out there. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it follows the pattern of officially declaring things on Twitter like that. I mean, I'm not sure if it's supposed to meant to carry some sort of legal force to say we officially claim the states. I guess one wonders if those tweets were drafted in consultation with a campaign lawyer, or if he just decided to say them.
Well, the irony there is, of course, like with the case of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is the Republican Party. I get very frustrated when people keep saying, "Oh, Donald Trump is not the Republican Party. This is not us." Demonstrably false, as he has picked up members in his coalition, right? To the tune that even I did not predict. I didn't see this happening to this level. The Republican legislatures, for example, or people in county commissioners that are Republican, are operating in the way that Donald Trump wants them to, kind of. I haven't really seen a lot of pushback from those people. So when he comes out and has these sorts of takes, it's not just Rudy Giuliani that is defending him. It's the entirety of the Republican machine that is handling this sort of stuff. Lawyers and even legislatures. Maybe we haven't really heard from Republican senators too much, and I think that's deliberate. I think they're just sitting back, waiting to see how things turn out, so they can either wag their fingers and look like they're aesthetically on the side of democracy when they're not, or maybe even fully support Donald Trump. But I think ultimately this is how they're going to operate. They've been telegraphing this for months now, and they're doing it. They're doing exactly what they said they were going to do.
Right. And I think it's important for people to, when they see Trump and Rudy acting frankly clownishly, it's important not to just dismiss them as clowns, because what is actually happening is wherever Republicans have the power to try to steal it, they will try. And that could include places where they control the legislature, or just places where they have. I mean, they didn't end up winning that Texas lawsuit, but the reason that they filed it was because they thought they had a shot to just disqualify 100,000 ballots, And so they're going to keep trying. They're going to try whatever. They're going to throw everything against the wall. They're going to try everything. They're at no point will shame and decency kick in and get them and get good people who aren't Trump to stand up to him, because it hasn't happened yet. It's just not on the menu.
Don't you think that there's a little bit of incompetence there too? I feel like they've gotten too comfortable cheating, and by the way, cheating is ingrained in the Republican DNA. Anyone who tells you that that's not true is a liar, of course, or just completely deluded. As Sam Cedar, Uncle Sam, always loves to point out, Paul Ryan was one of the people that also cast doubt on California being too late to count the election results, even back in 2016. And Paul Ryan is supposed to be the good kind of Republican, the one that fantasizes over
normal kind,
the one that fantasizes over kegs at college campuses about destroying Social Security. So the normal kind of vulture Republican. So they always do this. They've always done it. Like Paul Weyrich has openly talked about all the way back in the 80s. These guys know that their pathway to success is by limiting the amount of people, specifically black and brown people, that end up voting. Maybe they'll change that strategy, because Donald Trump seems to be doing a lot better with those same incompetently doing better with those same communities. But so far, this is what the Republicans do always. Let's check in on Nevada. Oh, this is like the fucking psycho dude, huh?
As I mentioned, we are not prepared to give that number.
The Biden crime family steal the election. The media is covering up. The Biden crime family steal this election.
Yo, listen. If you're on board with the Clinton crime family, that makes sense. Okay, there's a lot of fun conspiracy theories there. Okay, there's a lot of fun conspiracy theories that have been around for a very long time. So they developed at least the groundwork for many people to believe in the Clinton crime family and how they're like eating babies or, you know, doing ritualistic sacrifice and stuff like that. But if you're running around screaming Biden crime family, you are literally lost in the sauce. Because this shit's like a week old. Like 2 weeks ago, nobody thought like the Biden campaign was like really corrupt or anything like that. Or, you know, the Hunter Biden, Joe Biden stuff wasn't even something that people talked about until Rudy Giuliani tried to make a somewhat failure of an effort to make this Biden crime family narrative stick, which literally didn't work in the elections either. So, like, this guy is next level at this point. If you're running on the Biden crime family narrative, by the way, sick ass shirt, barbecue, beer, and freedom. I love those things, brother.
The media's covering it up. The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media's covering it up. We want our freedom for the world. Give us our freedom, Joe Biden. Your Biden's covering up this election. He's stealing it.
He's right. He's right. Damn. Live streaming platforms Twitch and YouTube brought in over 50 million hours watched of election day coverage yesterday. NBC News led all channels with 21.4% of the market share, while Hassan the Hun led influencers at 4.7%. That's crazy. I owned 4.7% of the live streaming market share of this election cycle so far. Like, on me. That's nuts. What an insane fucking situation.